The commerce game. Welcome to the game of commerce. The one world system functions as a giant balance sheet, where every individual is both a debtor and a creditor. However, the public has been conditioned to see themselves solely as debtors, often controlled by banks, governments, and powerful corporations. Cognitive dissonance refers to a disconnect between what we believe and what's actually true. This dissonance has been crafted through societal programming, so we buy into the illusion that financial freedom is an exclusive club for the few. In truth, this system was designed to serve everyone. Join me in unveiling this complex system and reprogram your mindset. The origin story, trust and the legacy of power. To understand the present, we journey back to the past. In 1302, Pope Boniface's papal bulls established a system of control through trusts that assigned ownership of minds, bodies, and souls. From the moment of birth, each person unknowingly becomes part of a trust managed by these age-old systems. Key events like the Birth Certificate Trust, 1666, and the Federal Reserve Act, 1914, weave a history of control that reaches into the present day. These trusts underpin the financial system, where your labor and energy are held as assets, unbeknownst to you, for the benefit of those in power. The one world ledger, the illusion of money. Money. We're all familiar with it, yet few understand it. In the one world system, money isn't gold or physical assets. It's a ledger filled with promises to pay and promissory notes. Everyone in this system is both a creditor and a debtor. Money as we know it is simply a record of these credits and debts. Your power lies in knowing you're a creditor in this system. This single shift in perspective opens a world of opportunity and financial empowerment, something few people grasp. The roots of the one world system are deeply intertwined with pivotal moments in global history. Beginning in the 1920s, this framework was set in motion when the US dollar supplanted the British pound sterling as the world's reserve currency. This shift established the foundation for the global commerce system we see today. At its core, the one world system operates as a ledger of debts and credits, overseen by complex legal and financial structures. Key historical milestones. 1933, the U.S. bankruptcy. The United States declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy, restructuring the global financial system. This pivotal moment introduced House Joint Resolution 192, a law that promised the discharge of debts but simultaneously tethered individuals' energy and labor to a larger system of control. 1971, the end of the gold standard. The removal of the gold standard marked a dramatic shift in global finance. Money was no longer backed by tangible assets like gold. Instead, it became underpinned by energy, your energy. This change laid the groundwork for the rise of fiat currencies and the modern financial system's reliance on trust rather than tangible value. Trusts and laws. The one world system was further solidified through legal frameworks like the Papal Bulls of 1302 and the Uniform Commercial Code. These trusts, often overlooked, function as the backbone of global finance, managing the flow of credits and debts. This research unveils a system designed to appear natural but operates on principles of control and compliance. It's a game where power lies with those who understand the rules, and understanding these foundations is the first step to reclaiming agency within it. Learning the hidden rules and becoming a master of the game is key to restoring our sovereignty. The real power comes from applying this knowledge. Navigating the land and the sea. The two worlds of commerce. In this intriguing game, commerce is divided into two realms: the land, representing the private, creditor side, and the sea, the public, debtor side. Clifford describes how public entities, like governments and corporations, operate in debt on the sea, while private entities are designed to thrive on land, in credit. In every legal interaction, the language of commerce references maritime law. Terms like floating companies and currency hint at the sea of commerce in which we all navigate. But when you know how to move between these realms, the rules change. The secret language of commerce, the two U's. Here's where things get intriguing. You have two identities. There's the natural person, you as a living being, and the legal person, your government-registered identity. The legal person operates within the commerce system and holds obligations, while the natural person exists outside of these. Reclaiming your natural status gives you authority and can position you as a creditor within the one world system, opening up financial opportunities beyond the debt-bound legal identity. The two U's. In the one world system, every individual occupies a dual role, albeit unknowingly. This chapter delves into the two personas each person embodies, the natural person and the legal person. The natural person is the living, breathing individual, a sentient being with inherent rights. This persona is closely tied to the land, symbolizing freedom, autonomy, and the potential for sovereignty. The natural person has dominion over their energy and is the true creditor within the system. In stark contrast, the legal person is a construct of the state created through birth registration. This entity operates within the public domain, a system designed to manage debts and credits. It is represented as a corporate persona and lacks the natural person's inherent rights. Debtor versus creditor. The legal person is inherently a debtor, tied to obligations and liabilities within the public financial system. Conversely, the natural person is the true creditor, possessing the energy and rights to reclaim financial agency. The dichotomy. The system thrives on this duality, using the legal person to interact with the machinery of commerce while masking the power of the natural person. This chapter emphasizes the importance of recognizing this dichotomy to begin reclaiming one's position as a creditor. By understanding these roles, individuals can begin to navigate the system more effectively, leveraging the natural person's rights to achieve financial autonomy and freedom. The three capitals of control. Vatican City, London, and Washington, D.C. The One World system has three centers of control: Vatican City, the City of London, and Washington, D.C. Each represents a different facet of power. Vatican City holds spiritual control, the City of London controls finance and law, and Washington, D.C. is the corporate nerve center. These capitals operate as sovereign entities, housing wealth, legal systems, and corporate registrations. They function as pillars upholding the global financial system. Knowing this triad of power helps unveil how deeply embedded the one world system is in our daily lives. Social Security Trust, the hidden pledge of labor. Have you ever considered that your labor, your very energy, is a currency? Since the gold standard was abandoned in 1971, human energy has backed currency. Through social security systems, our labor is pledged to governments to support public debt. Social security appears to provide benefits, when in reality it's a mechanism that financially binds us. Understanding this hidden pledge shifts your view on money, empowering you to think of your labor and energy as assets you can manage differently. House Joint Resolution 192, the promise to pay all debt. In 1933, a groundbreaking moment occurred when the United States declared bankruptcy. The government passed House Joint Resolution 192, which promises to discharge all public debt. From this moment forward, the foundation of money shifted from physical assets to a system of promises, transforming human energy into a new currency. For those who understand the implications of HJR 192, it opens doors to financial freedom by reclaiming your rightful status as a creditor rather than a debtor. The IRS and the reality of taxes. Most people fear the IRS and taxes, but the IRS and the U.S. Treasury are not the adversaries we believe them to be. Instead, these institutions exist to help balance the books of bankruptcy. They act as entities that allow creditors, you, to reclaim their energy or credit from the public system. In this hidden reality, taxes are a mechanism of energy extraction. Filing your taxes isn't about paying money, it's a pathway to reclaiming your energy. Cognitive dissonance and breaking free. One of the most profound barriers to understanding the one world system is the mental conflict that arises when confronted with information that contradicts long-held beliefs. Let's explore how societal programming obscures the truth and how individuals can overcome it. The power of programming. From a young age, we are taught to trust the system. Education, media, and societal norms reinforce a specific worldview. Governments are benevolent protectors. Banks exist to serve the people. Wealth is achieved through compliance with established systems. However, this narrative is a construct designed to maintain control. The truth, often hidden in plain sight, contradicts these assumptions. The awakening process. Breaking free from cognitive dissonance requires a shift in perspective, acknowledging the illusion. Recognize that the beliefs ingrained through societal programming serve a system of control. The one world system thrives on maintaining ignorance among its participants. Research and understanding. Begin exploring alternative perspectives. Resources like The Creature from Jekyll Island offer insights into the history and mechanics of global finance. Gradual reprogramming. Overcoming cognitive dissonance is not an overnight process. It involves questioning assumptions, seeking truth, and gradually replacing false narratives with accurate understanding. By addressing cognitive dissonance, individuals can move from a state of compliance to empowerment, recognizing their potential to navigate and even transcend the system. Steps to empowerment. Empowerment within the one world system begins with understanding the rules and reclaiming your role as a creditor. This chapter provides a roadmap for transitioning from the debtor mindset to a position of financial freedom. Step 1. Education. Knowledge is the first step to empowerment. Books like The Creature from Jekyll Island and Ian Clifford's publications provide a foundation for understanding the financial and legal structures at play. Learn about the historical events that shape the one world system. Study the role of trusts, securities, and legal frameworks in controlling commerce. Step 2. Correcting status and standing. To reclaim your rights as a creditor, it's essential to correct your legal status. Discharge debts. Utilize the principles of House Joint Resolution 192 to eliminate liabilities. Recoup securities. Understand how to leverage your energy and rights to reclaim assets held within the system. Step 3. Operating privately. Transition from the public domain, where the legal person operates, to the private sector. This involves establishing private trusts to protect assets and navigating commerce as a natural person rather than a corporate entity. Step 4. Responsibility and competence. Financial freedom comes with responsibility. Individuals must become competent in navigating the system, understanding its intricacies, and avoiding pitfalls. Empowerment is not a passive process. It requires action, education, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. Are you ready to claim your freedom? There is a roadmap to freedom that involves correcting your legal status, understanding tax filings, and discharging debt. This path empowers you to move from the debtor side to the creditor side. A new vision. Building the Old Souls Nation. Our ultimate vision is more than personal financial freedom. It's a collective movement. We invite those who resonate with these truths to join the Old Souls Nation, a community designed to operate outside the one world system, rooted in empowerment and self-sovereignty. For those ready to explore life beyond the public system, the Old Souls Nation offers a chance to connect with others on the same path. Workshops are available for those ready to dig deeper into these steps. But remember, reclaiming financial freedom requires responsibility and knowledge. Your next steps in the game of freedom. The journey begins with knowledge, but it doesn't stop there. The roadmap to freedom is your guide through this complex system. Whether it's reclaiming your legal status, learning to file taxes in a new way, or attending workshops for in-depth training, the next steps are yours to take. Join our dojo below to begin your Master Matrix Samurai training for free and take part in this exciting version of the future. Until next time,